Fox 11 is on special assignment tonight, looking at what will be in the next state budget. For weeks, Governor Scott Walker has been releasing little pieces of his next budget proposal. Tomorrow night, we'll finally see the whole picture. But will it be as controversial as his last budget? Robert Hornacek has some answers for us.
What a difference 2 years makes. In his first budget as governor, Scott Walker was trying to balance what his administration estimated to be a $3.6 billion deficit. Now, according to the Legislative Fiscal Bureau, the state has a $484 million surplus.
What this does is it doesn't change our philosophy, it just makes it easier to fund those priorities.
Walker says the turnaround is a direct result of Act 10, the sweeping changes to collective bargaining that were part of the budget and budget repair bill 2 years ago. Those same changes sparked massive protests, led to recall elections, and created political theater the likes of which Wisconsin has never seen.
You know, you can make the argument that it worked, but at what expense?
Democratic State Senator Dave Hansen was one of 14 Democrats who left the state for 3 weeks to try to avoid a vote on the collective bargaining changes. This time around, Hansen is not expecting as much controversy.
I don't think he wants to have a mass rebellion again.
Tom Sladek from the Brown County Taxpayers Association doesn't have high expectations either.
I think this budget will seem probably sort of bland compared to the last one.
But we do know one controversial item that will be in Walker's budget, an expansion of the school choice program. When I sat down with Walker a few weeks ago, he wasn't ready to announce his plans.
Will this budget include an expansion of school choice?
We're looking at that.
On Monday, just 2 days before his budget address, Walker confirmed that his budget will include $73 million over 2 years to expand the school voucher program. Under the plan, 9 districts, including Green Bay and Fond du Lac, would immediately qualify for school vouchers.
If we've got schools that are failing, our first goal is going to be giving them the tools to turn those schools around. But if they fail and they continue to have a failing school, then we should find ways to help those parents avoid that. Our goal should be, in any of these options, to make sure that every kid and every family has the opportunity to get a great education.
And this, to me, is an abandonment of public education, to take money away from public schools to give it to private.
Hansen strongly opposes the expansion of vouchers.
To me, it's not the right way to go.
Walker is also planning to add money to public education. Total funding for K-12 schools would go up $276 million. That's only about a 1% increase and doesn't come close to making up for 2 years ago when education funding was cut by 8%.
He's never going to put back in what he took out. There's no way. So if he adds a few $100s, I'm sure the public schools will be excited about that. But it's nowhere going to gain or get back to where we've been.
Much of the increase in funding in Walker's budget will be tied to performance.
I think people uniformly understand and agree that education is a top priority and that we have to spend a lot of money on it. But I think there's just about a strong uniform belief that that system needs some reform so that we get more bang for our buck.
Under Walker's budget, the UW system will see its funding go up $181 million. Technical colleges will see a $5 million increase. Walker wants to spend $100 million on workforce development initiatives, $6.4 billion on transportation projects, and $25 million to help business startups. The governor is also planning to cut income taxes, especially for the middle class. We haven't seen the details yet, but Walker says the cuts would add up to about $200 per family. He says the tax cuts will stimulate the economy and help create jobs.
The best incentive out there is putting more money back in the hands of small business owners and others who can invest that back into capital and putting people to work.
But Hansen is skeptical.
The majority of those tax breaks are going to go to the people making over $200,000. I got to see the devil in the details in that, because I don't believe that's a benefit.
Just because something's in the governor's budget does not mean it will happen. The legislature is controlled by Republicans, but don't expect it to be a rubber stamp for the governor. After Walker releases the budget on Wednesday night, it will head to the Joint Finance Committee. Then it will go to the Senate and the Assembly. And Fox 11 on special assignment will follow it every step of the way. Robert Hornacek, Fox 11 News.